What's good, YouTube? This your boy Sippy King. Well, early video this morning. I decided to do a little video on the history of Parchman. I've been doing my reading and research, and I wrote down some notes once again because this gonna get interesting. This kind of relates to the video I done last night in certain aspects. We're gonna talk about Parchman, before Parchman and the beginning of Parchman. Before Parchman, and a lot of people in Mississippi not familiar with this. We had parcels, like prisoners. People was locked up in parcels. Parcels were like outdoor tents. You know, people were sleeping in bad, terrible conditions: mud, rain, sleet, snow, you name it. People were starved to death. People was beaten, mistreated. You know, like the prison system is racism related. It's related to racism, man. You know, that's why I advise brothers in Mississippi to stay out of trouble, stay out of prison. They already don't like you. Like, they don't like you at all. Like, especially when it comes to politics. When we talk politics about Mississippi, the politicians is heavily related to this history. And like, we had this Democratic governor by the name of John M. Stone. He was the, matter of fact, I took notes of that too. Matter of fact, he was the governor of Mississippi from 1830 till 19. I take that back. He was Mississippi governor from 1876 to 1896. Then he was reelected again. He did more than 2 terms, 1876 to 1882, and also 1886 to 1896. I'm finna read this though. You gotta excuse me, I'm just waking up. Anyway, I'm gonna read this, and this gonna mess y'all up, right? And he the whole reason for Mississippi being the way it is today. Period. So I'm finna read this. Check it out. John Marshall Stone, born in April 1830 to March the 26th of 1900, was an American politician from Mississippi, a Democrat. He served longer as governor of the state than anyone else, from 1876 to 1882, and again from 1886 to 1896. He approved a new constitution in 1890, passed by the Democratic dominated state legislature, that disfranchised most African Americans, excluding them from the political system for more than 75 years. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. And that's what that means is they couldn't vote. They didn't have a voice about the communities or the laws or whatever it may be. They didn't have a voice. They couldn't. They weren't allowed to vote or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And basically they couldn't own anything. That was free, but that wasn't free to own anything or nothing. Like, they had no control over nothing. You know, so this guy right here, this governor right here, he weakened the black race, the black population, to a point where they couldn't help but work hard, you know, struggle, live from paycheck to paycheck. Like I said, they couldn't own anything, they couldn't do nothing, they couldn't vote, nothing, do nothing. And it kind of relates to the times that we living in right now, till up to today. And that's one of the main reasons why, and when you think of Mississippi, you think of, we are the poorest state in the union. It kind of backfired to a point where it have my people to the point where they are today, where they are struggling. They can vote now, but they just struggling. They just don't have rights, man. Like, they don't have rights to that. They have rights to own a business or whatever, or to go vote and have a voice, but in a sense, their voice will not be heard. You know what I'm saying? You know, and when we talk about prison, that's why the conditions in these prisons in Mississippi are the way they are till this day, because of their historic moment. And this governor we had that served 2 terms, and he was the longest serving governor in Mississippi. And then the fact that he's a Democrat lets you know right there. Them Democrats don't rock with you. Like, they don't like you. They are against you. For years, I heard people say the Democratic Party are for black people. Bull crap. No, they're not. But to be honest, I used to think the same way when I was young. I knew politics, but I didn't know politics like I should have known it. Now I know better. Like, I know the Democrats not for you, especially when it comes to a state governor. You know, and to be quite frank with you, I don't even keep up with who's the governor, who's running for governor. I don't keep up with that. I don't even know who the governor of the state of Mississippi right now. I am so serious. Like, I don't know who's the current governor of my home state. I don't know, and not trying to know. I don't care to know, because I know they are not for my people. They are not for me. They don't care nothing about me or my people. That's why my people struggling now, because of these politicians, these crooked, hateful politicians that don't like our kind. They hate us. They'll unalive us if they could. You know, you still have people come up missing and stuff like that. So what make you think that the politicians of Mississippi of today care about us even any better than the ones that used to be in office during slavery and after slavery? You know what I'm saying? What make you think that? Like, it's the same thing, same game, but it's just a different style. That's all it is. But like, far as Parchman go, I had cousins that did time at Parchman. I have homeboys that did time at Parchman. I still got people down there in Parchman, and I don't watch the videos on the conditions of Parchman, like the unstable conditions, like dirty water, snakes crawling around the cells, corroded walls, ran down ceilings in the cell block. Buildings are always heck. But what I will say is Parchman is like a city, like a whole city, like that. I've been there before. I've been there one day on a medical leave, and that was like in 2004. Parchman have a lake, they have a ballpark, they have a field. Yes, like they say in the movies, they have a cotton field. They have mad trees out there, woods everywhere. They have officers riding on horses, watching inmates picking cotton in the field. Like, that's still going on till this freaking day. Yes. Let me drink my cappuccino today. Yes, it's still going on right now. So Parchman has a long history people don't know about, and I'm about to reveal it today. Like I said before Parchman, prisoners were in parcels. So I'm gonna read this. Before Parchman, prisoners were housed in plantation parcels in Hinds, Rankin, and Holmes counties. So basically, they were like around Rankin County, around Jackson and the surrounding areas, and Holmes County. They were housed in tents. They were exposed to outdoor conditions. People was getting sick and dying. They were being mistreated. They was getting beaten. They was being underfed. People was dying of starvation. All type of stuff. And people don't know nothing about this history. People back then didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's for real, man. And then on top of that, I'm finna tell you, this same governor who I'm talking about, who is named John Marshall Stone, it was his ideal to build Parchman. You know what I'm saying? Parchman Penitentiary that we have today in Parchman, Mississippi. It was his ideal. He came up with that idea. He didn't like black folks. He fought in the Confederate Army in the Civil War. He was captured by I guess you can call him the Y word. He was captured by them, you know what I'm saying, North Carolina. But when the Civil War was over, he became a politician, came back to Mississippi, became a politician, ran for governor, became a Democrat. So I'm letting y'all people know right now, them Democrats in Mississippi do not care nothing about you. Quit voting for no Democrats in Mississippi. If you from Mississippi, they don't rock with you. Those are the ones that are racist. But anyway, I'm finna read this. Okay, the purchase of land, right? They purchased the land. In 1901, Mississippi purchased the 3,789-acre Parchman Plantation in Sunflower County to establish a prison. Bingo. So that means Parchman been around since 1901, and we're in 2024. That prison is over 100 some years old, man. And the way the prison is right now, it's basically still kind of outdoors, but it's bricked in now. You know, you indoors, but you still kind of exposed to air and outdoor conditions because the windows are wide open, man. And like I said, dirty water, animals, creatures, snakes and stuff, scorpions and stuff. I mean, you name it. They crawl inside the cell. People getting bit by snakes, and people getting sick and catching the pneumonia. People are they don't get proper medical treatment either. A lot of people die of diabetes, heart attacks, and strokes inside those cells because they're not properly being evaluated about their health. You know what I'm saying? So that I'm telling you, like, in Parchman, is the buildings in Parchman are so old, like they haven't rebuilt anything or remodeled any cells or anything. Everything is old. I'm talking about old. That prison is 123 years old, man. Right now. That's why so many, when you look at Parchman on videos, that's why everything looks so freaking old. That prison should have been like destroyed and rebuilt or something, or just done away with. Okay, construction, we're gonna talk about that part. 4 stockades were built at Parchman, and prisoners were moved there to prepare the land for farming. Bingo. I'm gonna drop my tablet again. That's a form of slavery. Instead of you hiring workers to build it, you get prisoners to build that whole prison facility. People don't know that, but the prisoners built that prison. It wasn't no construction company. It wasn't no workers, like nothing. Nobody built nothing, just prisoners. Them prisoners was worked to death. Like, they worked their butt off to build that prison. Didn't get paid for nothing either. Believe that. Organization. The prison was divided into separate camps for men and women. For most men working in farming and women producing clothes and bed sheets. That's accurate. That's true. You can see that in the movie. I forgot the name of that movie that relates to Parchman, but you will see that in that movie. That's real history. That's accurate. But what people don't know, they don't have women in Parchman no more. They have women at regional facilities like Rankin County and those satellites like Greenwood and Greenville. And the women's major prison, their biggest facility is in Rankin County. So women, most all the women is housed in Rankin County. You won't see women in Parchman no more. They did away with that years ago. But like I was stating, guys are working in fields and man, working all day excessively. Like, it's ridiculous, man. That's a form of slavery. It's like an extension of the form of slavery in the 1800s. It's just an extension of the real deal. That's all it is. If you think about it, it's, because back in the 1800s, when slavery was going on, you had officers, you had slave owners on horses, watching over the slaves working in the fields. It's the same old thing. They're doing that in Parchman right now. So that's your answer. Like, you have to be dumb, you have to be blind not to see through that. Something wrong with you if you don't realize that. And then I'm gonna see, that's what I'm talking about, the labor. I'm gonna read this. Prisoners work long hours, sometimes 15 hours a day in 100-degree heat, planting, picking cotton, and plowing fields. That's my point. And that, it don't matter if it's cold as heck outside. It can be 10, 15 degrees outside. You still going out though. Unless you in a different classification. I think you had to be class D or F prisoner. Yeah, you got to be class D up to F to be out there in that field Now, if you A custody, B custody, I think you have to work like in the kitchen, or go to like a DMV place or something like that and do some work, cleaning or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, from C up to F or whatever it may be, you gotta be out in that field, Jack, because the higher your classification is, the worse your crime was. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I haven't been around that prison system in so many years. I forgot how some of it go, but I'm just getting y'all an idea of how they treat prisoners in Mississippi. Excuse me. And then we're gonna talk about the living conditions. And that's go back to what I was talking about 5 minutes ago. Prisoners slept in single-story brick and lumber buildings. Prisoners slept in single-story brick and lumber buildings called cages. They were underfed, and some were left to sleep outside while chained together. Harsh conditions. That's what I was talking about a couple minutes ago. I'm just giving you the proof by taking them notes and reading what I have, ran across. So, yeah, they was treated like animals, man. Like they were being mistreated, like people not realizing this is historic. The things that going on in Parchman right now is historic. It been going on for years, over 100 years, because Parchman, like I said, is 123 years old. Now, I'm going to read this medical situation called medical care, this note. Prisoners were denied basic medical, dental, and mental health care. And that right there, it's a sole problem of why prisoners are killing prisoners, and people are dying in prison. People, when they get out of prison, be released, they come home, have to get their teeth redid and that nature, and people coming up with these diseases, man. Like it's unclean conditions in there, man. Like it's nasty conditions. That's the root of the problem right there. What I just read. They are denied. That's how people die in them. People are dying because of health causes. It don't necessarily have to be through violence or gang violence. It's health causes, health reasons why people dying in them. You know what I'm saying? So I rest my case on that part. And then mental health. The prison's conditions led to serious mental illness and psychosis in prisoners. See what I'm saying? And like a lot of guys in there, when you go to the holding cells, or you go to certain camps, you have prisoners talking to themselves, laughing at themselves, screaming and hollering, like people going crazy because look at the conditions, man. And then nobody trying to do anything about it. Like, see, that's a situation that needs to be on the news right there, like CNN, Fox News, CBS News. It need to be on the national news media, but they don't talk about stuff like that. Nobody talks about that because they don't care. Even Mississippi news media needs to talk about that, but they never talk about it. They don't care. They look at it as a blind eye. So, but me, I'm the guy. I'll stress this situation. I really will. I'll keep dropping videos on this, because I understand people commit crimes and they do wrong, but you have to realize people do make mistakes. People can change. People can really rehab, but the Mississippi Department of Corrections don't have programs for their prisoners. They just straight up lock you in the cell, and after that they don't care nothing about you. Throw away the key and just leave you hanging. You know what I'm saying? You could be getting beat up, and then they're not coming to save you. You know what I'm saying? You get stomped down to the white meat, they're not gonna care nothing about you. Period. They ain't. Disparate configuration. The prisons, disparate configuration of camps led to it being the prison without walls. That right there goes back to the beginning of the video when I was talking about before it was really prisons, it was parcels. People were sleeping outside in different conditions, different elements of the weather. It wasn't no walls, it wasn't no roof or nothing. It was just straight tents in fields. So they treated us like that because they felt some type of way that we was free from slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was free. So the Confederates lost the Civil War. They felt some type of way. So they came up with this idea, okay, we're going to build this prison. We're going to lock these blank in here. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to treat them like the animals, like dogs. We're going to let them do the work and make them make our money. Because that's how the state was making their money. By prisoners or former slaves back then, they was picking cotton. And you had women, you know, they was making bed sheets, t-shirts, all type of stuff, and they put that stuff on the market. And that's how Mississippi made their money back then. That's why they was so ready to lock up every black man they could. You know what I'm saying? Even if a black person was innocent, they'll still lock you up. They'll make up lies on you and stuff like that. Look at a white girl wrong, they're gonna come and get you, kill you, or lock you in jail. Like, that's for real. That's for real, man. And almost read this. Parchman Farm was in so many ways reminiscent of a gigantic antebellum plantation and operated on the basis of a plan proposed by Governor John M. Stone in 1896. By 1917, Parchman was separated into 12 male camps and 1 female camp, and racial segregation was considered of paramount importance. So basically, back then, even the white prisoners was in Parchman. They was separated from the brothers. You know what I'm saying? And sisters was, like I said, was a camp of women there until years later they decided to do away with it. But there were 12 camps there, like, yeah, in Parchman. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was proposed by Governor John M. Stone. So I'm letting y'all know right now, you see a Confederate statue in your county or city of this John M. Stone. Just remember I said this. He the one that have us in the position, y'all in the position y'all in right now. I don't care if you're a young black brother or older black brother. That's that guy that have you in the position you in right now. It was him. And this is historic. Like, this been going on for years. You know? And so, hey, if you're an older person, you older than me, you can be my mama, daddy age. You can be in your 60s and 70s in Mississippi right now. I'm letting you know right now, when it come down to no Democrats, don't even look their way. They don't care nothing about you. I'm telling you, this guy did all this. He was a Democrat, a governor in the state of Mississippi. He's the reason why we are where we at right now. He's the big reason. So they let you know, and then, you know, politicians, you know, most of the time they pass down their political agendas down to their kids and grandkids. So imagine his grandkids still in Mississippi right now, or great grandkids in Mississippi right now, walking around there with the same thought process, looking at us the same way. Imagine what they can do. Imagine what they trying to do based off of their grandfather, great grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Because all politicians, I know this, all politicians pass down their beliefs and agendas to their great grandkids and their kids. Those are facts. Those are facts. Yes. So, but anyway, I'm gonna end this video. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I'm out. Peace.